Hey guys, Ashlane here, episode 184, 3-starring Town Hall 10 bases with GoWiWi. We're going to talk today about how to take care of those pesky defensive rings around the perimeter of a base. These are very common bases. I'm going to show you an attack strategy that can be very successful at not only 2-starring but 3-starring bases just like this. So we're going to talk about some strategy keys, but before we do, why wouldn't you use my favorite 2-jump spell against these bases? Well, I would because I have max heroes, but when you don't have the max heroes, these bases are designed to detour your golems around the base. So your heroes and your witches and wizards, your DPS, will go into the center there and just get totally fried by all those defensive units. So you can see here Ivan is a little bit smarter than that. He brings 3 freeze spells. Those freeze spells are going to neutralize those the inside of that high density defensive area in the middle of this base. So you can see here as I pause, the defensive ring is going to distract those golems, but Ivan's going to be on it with those free spells. And just as important as the free spells in this attack is this one rage spell. So see how he uses it mostly in the center of the base, but also a little bit on the perimeter. That allows all his witches and wizards to soak up, I should say, that rage spell as they get into the critical juncture of the base right in the middle there. You want to take down those inferno towers and the crossbows as quickly as possible, obviously. And you can do that by using that rage to encompass as much as you can of the range units, and at the same time, in conjunction with the freeze spell, neutralizing any additional Inferno, Teslas, or Expos that are currently up. So you can see here, Ivan has his queen following some golems up in the north. He has a ton of wizards and witches following that golem cover. This is a weakness to these type of bases, is that it's actually possible to 3-star with ground attacks using a strategy just like this, because those golems actually stay alive for a long time because they're going around the whole perimeter of the base in a big circle, and there's just not a heavy concentration of defensive units on them for the entire duration of the attack. So this is a great 3-star by Ivanhoe. I'm going to bring you one more 3-star using the same type of GoWiWi army. This time it's going to be by Burner, and he's going to go in from the southwest of this base, and once again he's going to use the same keys that Ivanhoe used in the first attack. This time we have 2 rage spells and 2 freeze as opposed to only 1 rage and 3 freeze rather. So I kind of recommend this formation of this configuration, I should say, of spells. You can see his golems are able to hop into the center there, so Burner has a leg up on Ivan as far as the attack goes, because those golems are going to soak up a lot of that defensive attention of the Inferno Towers and the Expos in the center there, and it's going to allow his wizards and witches to stay alive and basically just wreak havoc on the rest of the defensive units in the center there. So once again, it's the downside of these defensive ring bases. You can see around this heavy concentration, this dense concentration of defensive units in the center, you do have that ring of resources, which is effective against a lot of raids. But raids like this, where they use the freeze spells to neutralize the defenses in the middle, and especially if you can get the golems to jump in there in the center, you're a little vulnerable to the 3-star attack. So I hope that these 2 replays today have brought you a little insight onto how to tackle these types of bases when you see them in Clan Wars. They're tricky bases. I don't want to make it sound like they're easy, because even though Burner and Ivan did great attacks here, they're actually very challenging bases to attack because of just that, the defensive ring around do create issues more often than not to inexperienced attackers on detouring your troops. So I hope you guys, like I said, learned a thing or two, and you can maybe duplicate these attacks, use the same armies for your own attacks, and hopefully let me know how it works out. Go ahead and comment and share with your clanmates. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and hey, stay tuned for daily content. Take care.